Carl and Lou here from Games, Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for sure. And it's track by track time, going way back in time. All the way to 1976, the 26th of March 1976. But this is this band's 6th studio album. It's Jailbreak by Thin Lizzy, of course the Irish hard rock band, released by Vertigo Records. Band's commercial breakthrough in the US, and the only Thin Lizzy album with a certification, gold, in that country as well. Some really interesting facts about this, about how effectively they were not just pressured, but almost to a degree threatened by the label to write something that was going to be hits. Yep. Hits. They nailed it. Congratulations. To a degree. Now, it's no secret, I think this band is overrated. I've never really understood it. The hits, we know them, you know them, are overplayed to death. In fact, one of them appears on this album, and I almost cried when I saw it was on this album. I remembered it roughly being on this album, but I kind of, because it was called Jailbreak, and I knew, obviously, no Jailbreak, I was like, oh, no, that's the hit from that album. Turns out I'm wrong. We'll get to that track, you know, in recent track by tracks, if you watch every week. You'll know that every time I hit a track that's so overplayed, I kind of either get a bit mad or I kind of get a bit dismissive. Might happen here as well. But I got no beef with Thin Lizzy. Talented, obviously incredible vocalist. They did what they did. Look at the era, 1976. I mean, I'm 8 years away from being born. See what I mean? Like, you know, I got no beef with them. But I also don't rate them.
Yeah, I think I've got more of a history of Thin Lizzy. Always being played at home. Always, and I don't have any albums. I think I'm like Alan Partridge says, what's your favourite Beatles album? The Best of the Beatles. I do listen to the best ofs quite a lot, because I do think that some of it is quite a bit of filler. And
this album has it.
But yeah, it feels like older albums. That's more of that case. Like you
wrote your radio hits, and the rest was everything around it. You wanted to get 3 or 4 radio hits on there, man, because that was important back then. The radio, you know.
But yeah, no, I've got a lot of love for Thin Lizzy.
Yeah, like I said, I could never turn around and say I dislike this band. It'd feel weird. Yeah. You know? Right. Jailbreak, the album, and the first track is the title track. It's one of the hits, and for good reason, as it's a groovy blast of rock and energy with some serious catchiness. A bit sexy, a bit sleazy, and a hell of a lot of fun. Goodness, the vocals are great. For Phil Lynott, I mean, what can you say? What a voice.
Great voice,
absolutely. But how about that chorus, though? It's such a sing-along. However, there's a line called, "Hey, good-looking female." Oh my God, that might be the cringiest thing I'd heard. When he sung it, because you can hear these vocals so clear, and I just went, "Hey, good-looking female." It sounds like the sort of thing a bass drummer says, calling women females. Do you know what I mean? Like, ugh. I don't know, you know what it is, but it's a cringe, right?
There's a bit on a live track where Phil goes, "Oh, any women out there got any Irish in them?"
Oh no, stop! Oh God Almighty! Hey, it's over time, right?
It always made me laugh. But yeah, what a good track to start with. So many memories of this one. Nice chucky guitar riff. I love the kind of cheesy siren going off. I really enjoyed this one. That breakout. It's really good. It's good fun. I really enjoyed it.
It's fun. I think it's fun, and it's why it's a hit. Angel from the Coast. A fun listen, with some great playful riffs and plenty of energy. I like this one, especially as it's a bit different overall.
It feels 70s. And it has an
upbeat...
album
does.
Yeah. It has an upbeat... I like the storytelling, and it makes it feel all the more Irish.
Okay.
I kind of get that from it.
Running Back. What's with the melody here? Right? It's a bit too familiar to another track that appears in this one. I was doing like, oh, you cheeky buggers. However, I really like this track. It's super mellow rock with some layered elements like a saxophone. I ended up getting more into it. Like, once I initially calmed down, I was like, okay, it's a bit cheeky to do that, guys. It's lazy, let's be honest. But like, I think, okay, you were like, okay, but we'll experiment a bit more in this. And like, so I enjoyed it.
I put American twang on a love story. So again, obviously, if they're kind of appealing to the American market on this one.
Americana, innit?
Yes to the saxophone.
The
songs have a charm to them. Rock ballads, but not... love ballads, not drinking and fighting.
I make my money singing songs about you. It's my claim to fame. When they say it's over...
Love ballads aren't always fucking about fucking either. Because how many love ballads are all about, I want to kiss you and lie you down and then rearrange your guts? Do you know what I mean? Like,
silly, yeah.
You know?
A bit more sappier.
Yeah.
Kind of use that word, yeah.
Romeo and the Lonely Girl. There's a summary vibe to this one, and a fun fact is front and centre. Even the vocals seem to be a little at odds with the rhythm here. Finally, they weren't quite gelling well. Still, it's another catchy one. The soloing near the end, though, is the highlight of this track.
Yeah. I love Phil's voice, and I'll let him get away with rhyming Romeo and Onio. How's that?
I want to stress again, this is another example. This album has a lot of laziness on it, where you can tell they weren't trying too hard.
Yeah. I love guitars on this one, so you agree, really strong on the end of that.
And it's interesting, like I said, they weren't trying too hard, but there are a ton of great tracks on this, and it shows there's actually natural talent, I think, more than anything else. Warriors, part traditional hard rock, part experimental, mainly with the vocals that have these warbling effects here and there. Not egregious enough to hurt the overall enjoyability of the track, though. Another solid guitar solo and some harmonised singing caps it off nicely for me.
I really like guitar and bass on this one. It's a bit rockier, a bit groovier. So I see they're trying different things. I really enjoyed it.
It's nice to see, particularly as I knew it was coming and it was creeping up on me like a fucking monster. The boys are back in town. What do you want me to say? It is one of the most overplayed tracks ever. And if I had never heard it again, I'd be more than happy. The problem is it's so accessible. It's been used in ways that, like a car advert and shit like that. Here's the thing. It's catchy fluff. Designed to be a single.
Yeah.
Hugely successful. Congratulations. I never want to hear it again. I let the opening da-na-na-na-na, and that was it. I went skip. Don't need to listen to it again.
The boys are back in town. I said, the boys are back in town.
I still love this song. So many memories attached to this one. I try and picture the impact.
Nostalgia, then. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but fuck nostalgia, man.
No. I can still love a song. I try and picture the impact it had when it first came out. That riff that sounds Celtic, and the lyrics of like a night out. Celtic? I think it does. It's got that kind
Celtic's
of...
fine, yeah.
That kind of twang to it. And I just really think about how good it must have been when it first came out.
I mean, my issue is just, I can't stress this enough. Don't dislike the song. It's that word, overplayed. It's just that. It applies to so many. You know them. Just think back to your youth and stuff like that. It's just overplayed. That's all it is. You want me to say it's a bad song? That's insane. No. That's insane.
No. I never say that. Yeah.
I don't get the Celtic feel that you do. I think I think a lot of the time they were going for an Americanized market here more than anything else. But hey, if you do, cool. Yeah. Fight or Fall. The summary feel is back again. Although this one is more like the summer is coming to an end. Melodramatic, but innately catchy. I love the instrumental melodies here and wish the vocals were actually a little lower in the mix so I could hear the instruments better. It is a minor complaint though, as everything gets to shine here. One of my favourite tracks on the album in the end.
Hey.
Absolutely. Couldn't believe how good this was. And coming off the back of The Boys Back in Town. If it had been another kind of, not average, but you know what I mean, just another one of them, I'd have probably been like, oh, I'm in trouble. So to get this, I was like, oh, cool. And I was totally focused on what was coming next.
Yeah. I actually put this one on a playlist after this. I did this album playlist. I was like, oh, I really liked it. It's really mellow. It's a nice track. The vocals sound warm, and like the vocals, what he's singing about is really nice as well. Oh yeah, I really enjoyed that.
It's one of the hidden gems.
Yeah, definitely,
on an album of hits, it's one of those where you discover and you're like, oh, that's really fucking good. Yeah, absolutely. Cowboy song. I'm glad this track picks up. As seeing a 5-minute runtime and it's starting in such bland melodic style was really off-putting. I was like, oh shit. Thankfully, this one does have a bit more oomph. But that's not to oversell it, as it's still Thin Lizzy, do you know what I mean? And when I say oomph, calm it down. It's a solid rock track with plenty of catchy moments. It's just far too long. It's one of those where it's like, come on, man, snip.
Snip away, yeah. I first heard this on the live album, and the crowd interaction is cool, so I kind of always wanted that, because I enjoyed that kind of back and forth. I do like storytelling, and the guitar sound that is very Thin Lizzy.
Yeah, there is a guitar sound on this whole album, yeah. I just want to reiterate that... I swear, this music and Thin Lizzy, it's just nostalgia for you more than anything else.
I
It is.
really
You keep
enjoy
doing,
it.
no, but you keep referencing memories. I'm not saying. I didn't say you're not enjoying it. What I'm saying is, but that does seem to be a major focus from your listening. I don't have a lot of nostalgic memories attached to Thin Lizzy at all. Really don't. Until now. So this shocked me. This was one of those moments where I'd forgotten I'd even heard this song. I just dismissed Emerald, and oh my god, when it hit, I was like, what year is it? What year is it? I felt like I couldn't place myself anywhere specific, but it was so familiar. This was my nostalgia memory for me. I was generally like, oh my god, I'd forgotten this track existed. And like, it was really cool because it's the opposite to The Boys Are Back in Town. This is a track that's been played a hell of a lot as well. It's another hit.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the last time I've heard it. Like, that was really cool. And I do still kind of love it. I love the Irish push, more robust rhythm, the storytelling aspects of the vocals, all while having that innate Thin Lizzy infectiousness thrown through. I think, actually, couldn't have probably come up with a better ending to the album than this.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Yeah.
A really strong track to finish on, and one of my favourite Thin Lizzy tracks out of all over, not just from this album. The guitar pacing and the lyrics I really love. It's the first time I'd heard like Irish like legends and stuff.
Folklore.
I really
folklore.
like that. Like the way he sings about it.
People. Yeah.
Kind of get obviously I know Phil was a very proud Irishman. The guitar solo with the bass in the background is great. Not afraid to end on just guitars as an ending. Really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, see, I mean, I wasn't trying to criticise your nostalgia because, like I said, it hit me like a ton of bricks here. But the cool thing for me is because I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
I remember looking at the track listing and Emerald did, like, you know when it's like, I was like, the first rumblings of a landslide. Like a couple of rocks fell down. But I then moved on because I have to listen to the full album and I started it from the beginning. Something like very, very cool. It's making me smile now because it was such a moment where I was like, what? Yeah. It was very, very cool. But there we go. Overall, I think it's a good album. I think overall that it's got more good. I think really there's only one song that I would completely cut out of it, and that's not The Boys Back in Town for the record. That's Cowboy Song. Yeah. That's out. Get rid of that. It's nothing really there. Beyond that, I don't think I'd touch much about this. The pacing's good. The variety's good enough. You know, even my issue with Running Back having a very similar melody to The Boys Are Back in Town, I forgive because that track does so many cool things later on. I had a good time with this.
Oh, I'm glad. I say because I know that like Thin Lizzy's not featured much in like our playlist.
It's the first time, and it's the first track by track we've ever done of a Thin Lizzy as well. So, and it should be noted is this track by track is part of a bigger recording session of quite a few, and there's also another classic album by a band in this recording session that I rate way higher than Thin Lizzy. This album was more fun for me.
Same.
But we'll get into that one in the future video when it comes around. Okay, top 3 tracks, take it away.
Jailbreak. Jailbreak, put my teeth in. Warriors, Emerald.
Okay, Emerald we match up on, but I've gone Running Back and I've got Fight or Fall. Can't we put Fight or Fall in there?
Oh, I really liked it, but just the other two, I wanted them more.
There we go. It's Jailbreak by Thin Lizzy, track by track. You got any thoughts you want to share? You know what to do? Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website where reviews, news and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at GBHBL. Just search for GBHBL and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.